Uh-oh, looks like we got a leak. Let's fix it. This tire is brand new. We don't have any nails in it. We checked it for other leaks and we found that we actually have a leak coming from the valve stem. One of the easiest ways to find a leak is using soapy water. You can use just regular dish soap and water. You can spray the entire wheel down, even on the tread parts. The only thing we had leaking was coming from the valve. Unfortunately, to fix this, we're gonna have to take the tire off. Most of you are not gonna have a tire machine at home, although some of you may have a DIY tire machine where you can pull this off. First thing we're gonna do, take the valve core out, use the valve core remover tool. Let the air out of the tire. Now I'm gonna separate the bead, the tire bead that goes around the rim. It's basically stuck on there and we need to use the machine. There we go. Now put the tire on the table and lock it down. Now making sure the valve stem is right around this location, right about there, somewhere around here. You don't want it past this part of the tire because there is a sensor under there and you're gonna squish that sensor. Take the bar, slide it right there. We want to pull this valve out, but we can't take the valve stem out until we get this sensor off. There is a screw on the bottom of the sensor. This happens to be a GM vehicle. This is how most of the GM vehicles are set up. So I'm going to take a T10 driver and just take the screw out. Carefully hold this sensor. You don't want to drop it because we're going to reuse that because they are expensive. To remove the valve stem, what you could use is a valve stem installer. Just thread it on and pull it through. If you don't have one of those, you can use the tire hammer or even a pair of pliers. Just make sure you use a thick cloth underneath. You don't want to damage the wheel. And just pry this out. Here we go. So here's the two pieces. This ripped. And it looks like there is some corrosion right there. So the corrosion from the wheel is what pushes on it and causes the air to get past the valve. Right there, you can see the corrosion, and that's what's causing this. If we just put a new valve in it, this is still gonna leak over time. So we wanna clean all that stuff up. I'm gonna clean this up with a wire brush attachment. Just get all that corrosion out of there. I'm going to take the new valve stem. I'll just put a little bit of tire lube on here. It's just basically soapy water. Hold the tire stem so that this piece right here, there's two flat sides. Those go on the side like that, not like that. So that when we go to tighten that sensor, it goes on there correctly. You can move it if you mess it up. So I'll slide it through the hole. The hole looks nice and clean now. If there was any more corrosion, we could put a little bead sealer on there, but I'm not gonna do that because it looks pretty good. And use a tire valve stem installer or some pliers that will work for you. And just pull it through. You wanna make sure you check the bottom. See that it seats all the way. And just pull it up till it seats, and that looks like it's seated. That's good. Just gotta twist it a little bit. Perfect. And take the tire sensor and just line it up and snug up the screw. And snug that up. Now I'm gonna reinstall the tire Use a little bit of tire lube. And now inflate the tire. That's good. Now we can remove the tire. Now we're going to double check it, just make sure. It looks good, no bubbles. So we're all set. We are still going to have to balance the tire. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe to our channel, ring that bell, turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of our videos.